The water's cold.
It's a fjord. You're not going swimming.
Boo. You're such a wet blanket, teddy bear.
You know I don't like it when you call me...
Edward. Edward Charles Harden, Esquire.
Will you promise to behave on land?
Don't I always?
Lissy, promise.
Oh, piffle and phonus balonus, Teddy. You ought to know better than to ask. Yes, I'll behave. I'll be a proper young lady. I shan't run or climb things or laugh too loud or call anyone old bean. Aside from you.
No. Vinland fabuła... Dwójka ma tylko fabułę, więc nie ma fabuły.
You're Betty and...
Fabuła jest taka...
Did you say college? Gravewick? Groovewick? Greywoke?
Co?
Language.
A można nacisnąć.
Yes, I do.
Why here? What's so
Fabuła jest taka
about
niepotrzebna w dwójce.
Never said.
Tak bardzo nie ma sensu.
Sister, something drew her here.
But how can you know?
I just do. In her letter, she wrote about...
That's months ago. She could have gone anywhere.
Without writing or telegraphing her editor in New York, she wouldn't do that. Betty's...
The cat's pajamas, the bee's knees, Little Miss Perfect.
Alice, you're talking about my sister.
Fine. I'm sorry. Elizabeth Sidarb. We all love her dearly. And Teddy Bear? Edward? We will find her. Betty's fine. Why, we'll see her as soon as we get to shore. She'll shower you with kisses and berate you for coming all this way from Hanover, Massachusetts to the middle of absolutely nowhere Scandinavia way just to chase her
Norway.
down. Everything will be Jake, old fruit. Is that it? Is that Groovewoke?
Cierpisz na nie mam co grać na hell? Mogę ci pożyczyć konto Oculusa. Sobie zagrasz w Asgard w RAW, dopóki nie będzie Half-Life'a.
Finally. I don't think I could do this for much longer.
Can't you row any faster? I'm getting frightfully bored.
How about you take over, Alice?
You slay me, Teddy, old bean. Was that thunder?
Still distant. The boat will be in safe harbor by the time...
No spoko jest.
So you say. But I say put your back into it.
30 godzin podobno trwa.
Ducks out here. Quack, quack.
Kłak, kłak. Asgard Wrath to jest RPG z elementami strategii i z elementami logicznymi.
Where is
Taki trochę God of War.
Probably working. I know it's a foreign concept.
Też taka nordycka tematyka.
Hardy har har.
The Fretland farm is up the hill somewhere.
Up where? Where's the farm?
I believe it's
Ale ta gra jest ładna.
all the way at the top.
Hot dog! Let's ankle!
Hold on. Let me read the letter from Mrs. Fretland
I'll
first.
meet
and
you up there, old sport. I want to explore. Last one's a skunk.
Be careful. The ground's muddy.
To się źle skończy.
See you in 2 shakes.
Za dużo gadają. Nie chcę przerywać jak gadają.
Dear Mr. Harton,
Damn it.
we would like to extend an invitation to visit our home.
Powiem ci, że sam w fabule Asgard Wrath się zgubiłem.
Hear of your sister's disappearance.
Ale to jest ogólnie opowieść o bogach nordyckich, których próbujesz pokonać i tworzysz zespół
Top of the hill.
do tego.
Hope I got that right.
I biegasz ze zwierzętami człekopodobnymi.
Really, Anna Fretland.
Wydajesz im rozkazy, chodzisz, bijesz mieczem, rzucasz toporami.
Where are you? Did you make it to Grovik, Betty? And why did you pick this forlorn hole under the mountains?
Nie wiem. Fabuła jest raczej szczątkowa. To jest taki bardziej RPG. Krafcisz, zbierasz surowce, kwiatuszki sobie zbierasz.
Step to it, teddy bear.
Możesz napić się piwa.
Lissy!
I'm up at the farm.
Dobra, pierwsza rzecz. Sensitivity. Oj, oj, oj. Druga rzecz. Podgłaśniamy. Przyciszamy dialog. Nie chciałem... Aha, nie dałem apply. Dlatego. O, jest motion blur. O, thank god. 1.9.2.3 mode? Co to jest? Że gra jest w sepi? Tak. Nie chcę gry w sepi. Żeby się dało FOV zmienić, to by też było fajnie. Water Beers VR? Co to jest?
Are you coming?
Just taking a break.
Hurry up! Storm's getting closer.
No, weź tę czuszkę. Nie, no co będę odpoczywał. Jest dziwny filtr nałożony na tekstury, na grafikę. Że masz wrażenie, że wszystko jest takie ubłocone. Co, ty też mogę odpocząć? Serio jestem takim dziadeczkiem? No bez jej. Audun. Ulala.
Teddy, this way.
Pozwól mi się nacieszyć dziewczyno widokiem. Wow. Jak długie to jest? Ty przeszłaś to całe? Filip Nielsen. Anamorphin The Way of Life. Że to nie jest tak, że ja lubię wszystkie spacerniaki. Lubię spacerniaki, które mają zajebistą linię fabularną. Albo świetne audio-wideo.
I'm not 17.
Nor are you 70. Put some spring into your step, old sport.
Trochę ciemna ta gra.
Flag. It's at half-mast. Someone died.
So this is it, huh? Nice digs. But seriously, where is everyone?
Czemu mogę prawym chodzić?
Perhaps
Yeah.
everyone's indoors. The rain's picking up.
You first, old bean.
Ale ona mnie obraża.
Hello?
3-4 godziny.
Anyone there? Mr.
To
Fretland?
sobie dzisiaj tylko intro zrobię
Mrs.
i
Fretland?
tak już północ
This is
prawie.
Edward Charles Harden, the American. We've exchanged letters.
A skończymy następnym
They've been on
razem.
holiday and left the door open. Give it a shake and a rattle.
I can't just barge into...
Może jutro to skończę.
Not a crime if you're invited.
I'm coming in. This is Mr. Harden. Hello?
Zgaduję, że tu nikogo nie ma i nie będzie.
This
Będziemy
house
cały czas
is
po pustym chodzić.
Oh, this is nice. Charmingly rustic.
No, papatki.
Boston Beaumont would pay a pretty penny for this setup.
It's really coming down.
How about a quick run in the rain?
You can't be serious.
You're already a wet blanket, teddy bear. It's not like you'll get any wetter. Look! Family pictures. They must be the, what did you call them? It's on the tip of my
The books are all in English.
Isn't that a bit odd?
Mrs. Fretland is Scottish, though she grew up in Olesund.
Have you been secretly communicating with Johann's winsome wife, Edward? Well, those boys look proud as peacocks. What does it say there? Groovy?
Gruben, the mine.
Maybe that's where everyone is. Digging for precious jewels in the Stygian abyss.
From what I learned of this place during the brief stay in Olesund, the iron mine shut down 20 years ago.
Press F when Lizzie is nearby to talk.
Oof, that's a grim sight, old bean.
I'm exhausted.
And soaked to the bone.
Let's get you to bed.
We'll wait for the Fretlands. It's only courteous. Betty might be with the Fretlands, wherever they are.
Wouldn't Anna Fretland have written you?
She might have. We left Hanover a month ago.
To jest moja siostra? Co to w ogóle jest? Się tak odzywa, jakby była moją córką albo siostrą.
That's not Betty.
Her
That's...
scarf. I'd know it anywhere.
It doesn't look like anything to me. It
She
just
bought it in
looks like...
Bloomingdale's the Christmas before last. When she came home that year, she showed it off, dancing around the sitting room until I got dizzy watching her.
I think you're misremembering. She couldn't make it home that year. Again.
No, You're wrong. I'm sure she was there.
Whatever. It's not like you pay any attention to me when Betty's around. I might just as well be a ghost.
Look, it is her scarf. It even smells like her perfume. Shalimar.
But what if that's not...
She's here. I'm finally going to find her.
That's great, Edward, really. I wouldn't want you to get your hopes up. I mean, where's everyone gone to? Something's not right, I'm telling you. Teddy? Edward, what's wrong?
Lightheaded, that's all.
You're having another spell. You know what happens when you exert yourself.
Będę widział duchy?
Sit down. That's...
I just need to catch my breath. Just for a moment.
I want you to lie down. Lie down and close your eyes. It's been a strenuous day. What with the rowing and the dragging of the suitcase up the hill.
Well, what if the Fretland...
I'll keep an eye out. I promise. If they come home, I'll wake you. Now, lie down, close your eyes, breathe deeply.
To się źle skończy.
I'm just going to...
Save. Zapis. Wczyt.
Elizabeth? Is that you?
Tak myślałem.
Betty? Lissy? Lissy, are you here? Where are you, Lissy?
Przespałeś się w obcym domu. Jeju, ale to FOV jest paskudne.
Hey, who's there? Betty? Elizabeth? Wait! Lissy, there's someone outside. It might be Betty.
Wymiotować mi się za chwilę będzie chciał.
Are you here? Are you in here, Lissy?
Może gdzieś w konfigu jest, bo to było 4. Ja nie sądziłem, że to jest horror.
Lissy, are you upstairs?
Nie mogę iść do góry?
Lissy, are you upstairs?
O.
Who's out there? Hello? Betty? Lissy?
Check. Zagadki kryminalne. Mogę w Cheat Engine zmienić FOV dla tej gry. Nice.
I can hear you. Betty? Alice!
Mogę biegać.
Who goes there? Wait!
O, proszę.
Someone there?
Klejmbuj.
Alice, where are you?
Cały czas zapominam, że w 1923 prawdopodobnie nie było latarek.
Hello? Betty, is that you? Are you there, Betty? Shit.
W sumie dobry pomysł. Okulary zmniejszają fokus.
Are you out there, Betty?
Ale ciemno. The hell? Jej ciuchy. Czyli ją porwali.
Boat, Edward! Where's our
O!
boat?
Lissy. Where did you go? Why did you leave me?
It stopped raining and you were sleeping, and our boat, it's gone.
Czy ona uciekła? Czy tutaj moje wybory mają jakiś sens?
Maybe you
Czy
didn't.
przez to, że jej pozwoliłem iść z przodu,
I don't know.
nauczyłem ją, że ona może mnie zostawiać?
Did you see Betty?
Did I see? What are you talking about?
I think Betty. It was Betty. It was her. It must have been her. I saw her face in the window, and she vanished into the dark towards the sea. You really didn't see anyone.
I haven't seen a single soul. Are you sure it was her? and
Yes.
Not.
I mean, I saw her face, and it looked like her.
Well, if it was her, why did she run away?
I don't know. It's getting dark. Back to the house. And tomorrow.
Tomorrow's another day, Teddy Bear. We'll figure it out. Right now, let's get you cleaned up. Look at you. You've got mud all over yourself. And then you really need to sleep. You must be exhausted. Come on.
Nie ma żadnej muzyki.
Teddy, come outside.
What the hell? Ale zrobiła piruecik. Gwiazdeczkę. Resident byś pograł? Nie ma mowy. O, ja chciałem wyjść na zewnątrz. Fajne drzwi. Szant.
I just about given up on you ever waking up. Sleep well?
I dreamed of Betty. She was in the garden, and she called for me.
How about you, Lissy dearest?
Ale to ładnie wygląda.
Wide awake at first light.
The Fretlands didn't come home, did they?
They did not. There's no sign of anyone. Aside from last night's Mistwalker.
I've been thinking about that. It was dark. Maybe I just saw a shadow.
Chasing a shadow. That's very unlike you, old boy. Usually you scurry off in the opposite direction.
I didn't get a...
To, że mnie bolą plecy, nie oznacza, że można mnie nazywać old boy.
Must be someone here. And I'm not talking about ghosts. Or goats. What was it you said yesterday? Maybe they're peeking at us through the windows.
I'll take a gander. The Fretlands will be home soon. And Betty's here. I know it.
I know it.
I feel it.
If you say so, Teddy Bear. Have you had your noodle juice yet?
I'm not rummaging through their cupboards.
You'll be a pill without your tea and toast, old bean.
Uwielbiam takie gry, gdzie cały czas gadają i ja nie muszę nic mówić. Bo nie chcę przerywać.
A mission! Hot dog! I'll scout ahead. I'll meet you down by those houses.
Ale pobiegła, sprinterka.
Secrets, Grovik.
O, mamy mapę. No fajnie, też się cieszę. Mamy tylko tyle? Grawik. Ukradli mi badże, co ci ukradli? Press to view journal. A, to. Jaki jest mój obiektyw bycia w Norwegii? Że mam sobie pobiegać? A pytając gierka, jak masz na myśli ta gierka, czy inna gierka? No ja mam dopiero w nią 20 minut, tyle co prolog tylko włączyłem. I musiałem... What the hell?
It's such a beautiful day. You could bottle and sell this air in Boston. It's frankly medicinal.
Zagrałem tylko prolog, bo mnie zaczęła głowa boleć od tej gry.
Careful you don't fall.
You suck the fun out of everything, old boy.
We're far from any doctor. I don't want you to hurt yourself.
That's not very likely, is it?
I thought you were scouting ahead.
What do you think I'm doing? Vantage point, like on a pirate ship. I can probably see our house in Hanover from here.
Did you check those buildings?
Knocking on doors isn't a scout's job, old bean.
No ładnie wygląda. Tapetę można z tego zrobić.
There must be someone around.
Only one way to find out, old sport. Did you check all the houses?
All the houses. Nie mogę skakać. Zagraj w Rule of Rose. Gadają mi cię w gratisie podpierdoli.
Anyone here?
Rule of Rose? Coś mi to mówi.
American, please come in for a cup of tea and biscuits.
You're not helping. Also, they drink coffee here, not tea.
Savages.
What?
No one home?
Po prostu wejdź. My mamy przywileje. My możemy wejść do środka. Nie? Shit. Szkoda. Next house.
Hello?
A widzisz.
Who's there?
For reader.
Hello?
Czytelnik?
Anyone home?
Halo? Ale dziwna sypialnia.
September 21st, 1923. Vi desperate. Lissy, found something here. Escalated from words to stones. Blood has been spilled. The curse haunts us all. There is no hope left in Gudsforlata.
Jak on to czyta? Ta czcionka jest nieczytelna.
God. Right. In this God-forsaken place. The death of the... Jiminy. Death of the children was the end of Grovik. Whatever remained of our souls departed with them. You should see this, Lissy. The letter just trails off. Was never sent.
Okej. Ja dalej nie wiem, kim jest dla mnie Lizzie. Czy to jest moja siostra, koleżanka, dziewczyna? Kto to jest? Bo wydaje mi się, że Betty jest chyba moją kochanką, żoną.
Did you see this door closing?
It was just the wind, teddy bear. You're as skittish as a pussycat. There's one more house. Third time's the charm.
Anyone home?
Knuk, knuk.
Unless they're playing hide and go seek, I'd say that's a no. 3 strikes, you're out.
I don't think anyone's been home for a while. Someone painted the word traitor on one of the doors.
Patrzcie, świeca!
There was a letter. It sounded foreboding.
Well,
Chcieliście świecę, to macie.
villagers are not indoors.
I still don't understand what happened to the boat.
Why don't we investigate? Maybe it's even drifted back to shore by now.
Unlikely. But I would like to know how it got unmoored.
Well, it's a bright and beautiful day, and we have nothing better to do.
What on earth are you doing?
Handstands, Teddy! My record is 2 minutes. I'm working on 3. Just go on ahead. I'll catch up.
Okej, just go. To idziemy. I'm still alive. O, koziorożce. Hi. Be. 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 Trochę może podgłośnimy. Udało mi się zainstalować kilka klasyków gier dzieciństwa i gier starych, których nie grałem, ale chciałem zagrać. Udało mi się ogarnąć American Mangi Alice. Udało mi się ogarnąć Need for Speed Porsche. Udało mi się ogarnąć Big Scale Racing, chociaż ta gra mi 2 razy już kompa ścięła. I udało mi się ogarnąć Supreme Snowboarding, ku mojemu zdziwieniu. Czy coś jeszcze? Chyba tyle. Więc dopisałem. Szansa, że w nie zagram w tym roku są niskie. Niech szczęście dopisze.
24th. Memorial service. A commemoration of the accident
Raczej
this past summer.
do końca
Services after that.
marca raczej nie będę nic nowego zaczynał. To, co mam zaczęte, trzeba skończyć. Trzeba wszystkie Call of Duty przejść. To w Call of Duty raczej w weekendy. W marcu nadchodzi Ori, więc gram na Day One. Doom będzie, to też będę grał w Dooma. Chociaż, szczerze mówiąc, na Dooma nie napieram na Day One. Wolę kupić na jakiejś pierwszej, drugiej promocji. A tak to też Halosy, te sprawy.
July 24th. Memorial service.
Teraz też był...
Accident at the mine.
zacząłem znowu grać w koda Modern Warfare trochę.
All these graves. What happened?
It's a cemetery.
But look at the soil. These are recent burials.
You're right.
Do you think this is where everyone's gone?
How many graves are there?
Not enough, I guess. How many people lived here?
I'm not sure. Also, someone must have buried them.
There's that.
Ty masz kwaku playa?
What happened? Several people died in a short period of time.
How? An accident? A mass murder? Spanish flu?
I wouldn't want to speculate until I've learned more.
I can speculate for the both of us.
Well, Betty's
Well.
not here. I'm gonna keep looking.
What about the church?
No właśnie. Ale nie, ja muszę zrobić zdjęcie, przecież to jest przepiękne. Ta gra to jest jedna wielka wylęgarnia screenshotów. What the fuck, że ja chcę taką tapetę na pulpit. Może nie chcę z krzyżami, ale... Jest tu jakiś punkt widokowy, gdzie mogę zrobić zdjęcie bez grobów? Nie mogę, bez zamknięte. Zchipowane. A to masz playa jakiego? Do 1, 2, 3, 4? No i w takim miejscu bym mógł mieszkać pod warunkiem, że jest fiber connection. Można na przykład usiąść na ławce? Nie.
Why would they board up a church?
What does that say?
God is not here.
Zapomniałem, że mam te. Pyrki do zjedzenia. Ała. Się pyrki zje. 1 i 2, PlayStation 1 i PS2 FAT. O proszę.
God is not here.
Ja już się wypłaty nie mogę doczekać. Składam komputer w przyszłym tygodniu. Xboxa kupuję znowu. Będzie grane. Jeszcze doczekać nie mogę. Chciałbym zrobić pierwszy w moim życiu stream w 120 FPS-ach i zobaczyć, jak to jest.
Well, so much for that.
Zagrać w Reflex Arena w tle.
Baptism, no No funeral.
przetestować,
People somewhere. Where are you going?
pobawić się.
Constitutional. To breed
Tylko mam cały czas dziwne wrażenie, że czegoś zapomnę. Że czegoś mi będzie brakowało. I mam dziwne wrażenie, że mi jakiegoś kabla braknie, będę musiał dokupić.
Betty would have taken plenty of constitutionals here. She loves the outdoors.
How so? She's a city girl.
I'm sure she gets tired of Manhattan. And when she was little, she loved playing in the garden back in Hanover, especially around the pond.
Are you alright?
Betty to jest jego żona, jak nic. Czy to musi być jakaś siostra, kuzynka, nie wiem kto. Mi to przechodzi schłodzenie? Noise.
You'd have thought someone would have seen us by now.
Even if they were all hiding indoors. Maybe there was a spell or curse that made them all invisible.
Honestly, Lissy.
Or maybe we are the invisible ones. But then, what does that say?
Sorry.
God is not here.
Nie wiem, co będzie, nie mam iść.
Lissy, are you here?
No need to shout.
No to już idziemy dalej chyba. Chociaż z drugiej strony możemy iść już tylko do tyłu. Czyli coś muszę tu zrobić. Czy coś muszę tu znaleźć.
Are you here?
Yes?
Jest?
Lissy,
Hello.
Elu.
Alice,
I'm right here.
Lissy,
What is it?
Alice,
Yeah?
Lissy.
Hello.
The weather is favorable today.
I did the little dance last night. Appeasing the weather gods. Thor, in particular, was mightily impressed.
Was he?
Promised to back off with the thunder and lightning for a spell. And don't you know, he proposed to me.
Of
But I told
course.
him I'm not into gods. I prefer jazz musicians.
Czemu ta gra nie wyszła na VR-a? Że to jest idealna gra na VR-a.
It's quite peaceful.
If no one was
Jak dla mnie,
around, I'd strip naked.
od kiedy mam VR-a, to wszystkie walking simulatory powinny być na VR.
The wind would savor playing with my hair.
Is that so?
I don't know, I just like being naked. But not when you're around, teddy bear.
What are you up to?
Delighting in the little things. They're like dew. My heart is the morning, and it's refreshed by their presence.
Where do these strange thoughts come from?
Oh, you're a funny egg, old bean.
Mogę? Nie mogę. I co, mamy się wrócić? Jaki jest mój obiektyw? Nie ma tu żadnej łopaty ani czegoś, żeby zbić deski. O? O? O, widzisz. Można sobie... O, widzisz. Przycupłem sobie. Jestem artystą, jestem jesieniarą. Kontempluję. Model postaci w ogóle nie pasuje do głosu, który jest podkładany. Byłbym zdziwiony, jakby ona chciała powiedzieć I just like being naked next to you. Bo jeżeli to jest rzeczywiście moja siostra, to by był trochę przypał, taka trochę Alabama 100. Czy to jest zalupowane? To jest zalupowane. Czyli na tym gra polega, to jest... Ty, ale ja taką inną grę widziałem też. Gdzie malujesz obrazy. I one chyba obydwie wyszły w bardzo podobnym czasie.
What are you doing?
Looking for a white rabbit in a waistcoat. Have you seen him?
A white
We'll follow him down the hole, Teddy. Or maybe we already did.
Alice in Wonderland, I see.
So wonderfully apt.
No to szukaj rabita. Ten się wyróżnia na tle wszystkich innych, ale nic z nim nie mogę zrobić.
Alice,
No need to shout. Co na tym...
What does that say?
God is not here. Are you here, Lissy?
I'm right here.
Ja chcę wejść. Co ja mam tu zrobić?
July 24th, memorial service. A commemoration of the accident at the mine this past summer. No services after that. Where are you, Lissy?
I'm up at the church, Teddy.
A, widzisz. Ja dobrze idę? Chyba da. Stąd przyszliśmy, a tu co jest? Ta laska taka żywa zawsze, a teraz stoi jak kołek.
I'm up at the church.
Nie podoba mi się to, że ona tam stoi, bo jeżeli on tam stoi, to znaczy, że ja tam coś muszę zrobić. A, widzisz. Rysowanko. Żurnal. Jak nie znajdę celu życia i istnienia w tej grze w ciągu najbliższych 15 minut, to out. Ty, ale już tu byłem. Ale nie byłem wszędzie. Czy to jest otwieralne?
Lissy!
Nie.
Up at the church.
Czyli dalej jest tutaj daleko. Pewnie rozwiązanie jest niesamowicie banalne i prozaiczne, tylko ja jestem głupi.
Lissy?
I'm up at the church, Teddy.
Gra jest zjebana?
Alice?
I'm up at the church.
Ja myślę, że ja chyba coś muszę zrobić, żeby ona się ruszyła. Na początku myślałem, że muszę po prostu z nią porozmawiać. Ale ona gada o jakichś rzeczach takich trochę nie pchających mnie do przodu. Też dziwne, że nawet nawet nie zbiliśmy tych desek, nic nie zrobiliśmy, żeby wejść do tego kościoła. Do domu pustego to już weszliśmy, ale tak to... No chyba, że gdzieś tu jeszcze jest druga droga, ale z tego co widziałem to nie ma. Bo tu są deski, ale... czy no, patyki, ale to...
Have you seen anyone?
Not a single soul, alive or dead.
Have you seen anyone?
Not a single soul, alive or dead.
Have you seen anyone?
Not a single soul, alive or dead.
Have you seen anyone?
Not a single soul, alive or dead.
Have you seen anyone?
Not a single soul.
Den Tag hier mal
Może? Czy ty właśnie zerknąłeś na playthrough?
Betty would have taken plenty of constitutionals here. She loves the outdoors.
How so? She's a city girl.
I'm sure she gets tired of Manhattan. Yeah. Lissy, are you here?
I'm right here.
You'd have thought someone would have seen us by now.
Even
To skąd wiesz o
they're
zegarku?
behind doors. Maybe there was a spell or curse that made them all invisible.
Honestly, Lissy.
Or maybe we are the invisible ones. But then we would see them, wouldn't we? No, I think my original thesis is more likely.
The villagers.
A. No, jest łopata, ale nie mogę nic z nią zrobić. Nie, wydaje mi się, że to nie jest gra tego typu. Że miałbym kopać komuś grób. Wykopywać ludzi.
The weather is favorable today.
I did a little dance last night, appeasing the weather gods. Thor, in particular, was mightily impressed.
Was he?
Promised to back off with the thunder and lightning for a spell. And don't you know, he proposed to me.
Of
But I
course.
told him I'm not into gods. I prefer jazz musicians.
Jazz?
It's quite peaceful.
If no one was around, I'd strip naked. The earth would delight in my bare feet. The wind would savor playing with my hair.
Is that so?
I don't know, I just like being naked. But not when you're around, teddy bear.
What are you up to?
Delighting in the little things. They're like dew. My heart is the morning, and it's refreshed by their presence.
Where do these strange thoughts come from?
Oh, you're a funny egg, old bean.
What are you doing?
Looking for a white rabbit in a waistcoat. Have you seen him?
A white
We'll follow him down the hole, Teddy. Or maybe we already did.
Alice in Wonderland. I see.
So wonderfully apt.
Have you seen anyone?
Not a single soul, alive or dead.
Have you seen anyone?
Not a single soul.
Eee. Czego ty chcesz ode mnie? Ty. Może ja mam iść do Łodzi?
Where are you?
Teddy!
Trochę mnie to dziwi, że ona nie chce jakby podążać. Tylko idzie, stoi sobie. Może rzeczywiście muszę iść do tej Łodzi. Dlatego jest X na mapie. Tylko jak się tam dostać? A, nevermind. Marker się przesuwa. Czyli tutaj gdzieś się w prawo odbija. Że tutaj? A widzisz. Jeszcze jakimś skrótem poszedłem.
How about we don't go back to Hanover and stay here instead?
And how would I survive?
Hunt, harvest, forage. People have survived here for centuries. Why can't we?
I wouldn't even know where to begin. Fretland and Son.
How do you figure?
It's on the sign above the entrance. And on this photograph. Frederick and Simon Fretland.
Też mi się podoba jej głos. Jej głos jest fajnie zrobiony.
Applesauce.
Why lock any doors? I can't imagine they have a problem with punks and hoodlums.
The sign says they're closed, but I thought maybe... Hello? Are you open?
Ach. Znów wyszedłem poza zasięg? Po prostu open.
They had a memorial service for the accident in the mine. On July 24th, in the village church.
For something that happened 20 years ago?
It still affected their lives. The ferry route is no longer operating.
Rats!
Mrs. Fretland already informed me in her letter.
I know. Still warrants a resounding rats.
I wonder why it stopped running.
Look around. How many people live here? 20? 30? That can't be enough for a ferry route.
Things got quieter after the mine closed down.
They need to move on and find something else to put their village on the map. Tobacco farming, maybe.
They must have been so isolated. with no easy way in or out.
Aren't there boats?
You saw how much work it was to cross the fjord. And if the weather's bad,
It can't be healthy, being so isolated, cooped up inside, reading the collected works.
yeah, all right, I get
This
it.
village is basically you two.
I said, all right. The ferry would have made the trip here much easier.
And you wouldn't have had to pay that farmer a fortune to rent his boat.
I had no choice.
We should keep his boat, if it comes back. Bring it with us to Hanover.
Do what with it exactly?
I don't know. Grow parsley in it? Use it in the pond? Forget it. Stupid idea. Frederick Fretland and son.
Johann's brother and nephew.
The Fretlands.
Sorry. Tu jest zamknięte. Inspect. Mamy poszlakę.
There's no damage to the rope.
I don't know what that means.
Nobody cut it. I guess the knot could have unraveled on its own.
Didn't you say you used a sailor's knot?
I'm a scholar, not a fisherman.
So who took our boat? A ghost?
There must be a logical explanation. It's safe to say no ghost in the night stole our boat.
If you say so. But then who were you chasing after last night? A shadow?
I don't know. It was probably all in my head.
A widzisz, czyli czy w jakikolwiek sposób, jaki wybieram, rozmawiając z nią, mogę coś zmienić w tej grze, czy tu będzie raczej jednostronne przejście?
Have you seen anyone?
Not a single soul.
Not a single soul. Jest i łódź.
A boat! Teddy! A hot dog! This is our ticket out of here!
Not without Betty.
A widzisz.
Besides, the wood's rotted through. This boat isn't seaworthy. It's curious. The state of the boats. It's like they stopped taking care of them.
Seems short-sighted. How would they fish? Or get anywhere at all?
Nie wiem. Ale mamy łódź. W razie czego. Jakbyśmy chcieli to... O, ale tu ładne. Ajaja. Ale będę miał tapetki?
What's this?
O, kolejna łódź.
Mining operation.
What, mine?
Remember, I told you yesterday. There was a mine here, but it closed down 20 years ago.
I know, Edward. I was just checking for a sense of humor. Still nowhere to be found. Where do these tracks lead?
To the mine. Where else would they go?
I don't know. A castle up in the mountains where the frost giants live? And this is how they receive their monthly offering of meat from the villagers. Goat, I hope.
No w sumie tak, bo to lata 20. I co, idziemy do kopalni?
No trespassing for traitors.
Cool. Want to jump the gate and explore what's on the other side? What do you say, old sport?
Mogę sobie wybrać przejście.
Hello?
Albo trespassing, albo dangerous.
It's not safe.
Oh, horse feathers! You may be the most boring man in this country. Where's your sense of adventure, old sport? Don't you want to see where these tracks go?
They lead to the old mine, and no. I've had enough adventure on this side of the fence. Besides, they wrote no trespassing for a reason.
You're such a terrible bore, Teddy Bear. I'll wager 1,000 clams you'll jump this gate at some point, if you believe Betty's on the other side.
Frederick Fretland. Who are these traitors he refers to?
What now? We've looked everywhere.
There really doesn't seem to be anyone around.
Maybe we missed something. An important clue. How about the general store? We haven't been inside yet.
It looked deserted, but worth another look, I guess.
General Store? W sensie tamto ze zbitymi szybami? W sumie... Ale X dalej prowadzi mnie na ten... Na łódź. Mogę namalować. I ładne. To jest General Store, nie? O! Coś się zmieniło.
Is that? Lizzie, come here. It's Betty's hat. She was here. She could still be in there. Betty? Betty!
Are you sure, Edward? I mean, it's just a hat. Is it even a hat? I'm
I
not
know
sure.
my sister's hat, Lizzie. I have to get inside.
To jest siostra! Betty to jest siostra i on ma takie wspomnienia, jakby to była żona. What the hell? Alabama. Nie, nie. Dawaj, chłopie, młotek. Najpierw... O? O? Najpierw była apaszka. Znaczy szalik w sumie.
I approve.
It won't budge.
Nah, don't be a milquetoast.
Well, it's stuck.
Attaboy, Teddy. You can do this.
Dajesz. Siłą.
I can't believe I'm actually breaking... Whoops, Daisy.
Oh my, Teddy. You're such a sap.
Wstań. Powiedz, nie jesteś sam.
Edward Charles Hardy. Dilettante. World traveler. Cat burglar.
A cat burglar would, by definition, enter a building on a higher
Jeez.
floor.
The state of this place.
Oh, Betty.
Edward,
I hope you weren't here when...
is this... blood?
Not necessarily human blood.
Well, that's all right then. What does it say? Barn murder? Someone murdered a barn?
Barn means child. And mortar, that's...
Child murder. Edward, they murdered a child?
Someone thought so.
Probably the same someone who vandalized the store.
Damnation. The hat's in here.
Calm down, old boy. Anyway, how's a hat going to help us?
Who knows what else is in here? There could be more clues.
All right, okay. Everything's Jake. We made it into the store. I'm sure we'll find a way through that door. What are you doing?
Looking for keys.
Your life of crime?
There's a note.
Is it written in Viking runes?
It's from Simon. Yai put it means I put. Knuckle is key. Casa. I don't know what that word means.
He put the key in the casa?
Casa. I wish I had my dictionary. The note's addressed to his father.
So the key was moved. But where to?
Somewhere safer. Or more convenient.
Can we really trust your translations? You only started studying a month ago.
I spent the summer reading, and I had a lot of free time on the ocean voyage.
Come on, how much could you possibly pick up in a few months?
You know my mind. It's a
Drift. Strasznie wysokiej jakości są te niektóre tekstury. Zoomujesz i wszystko ładnie wygląda. Czyli co, ktoś zabił jakieś dziecko i oni myśleli, że to jest ta laska?
These were never sent.
How long have they been piling up?
I received Mrs. Fretland's letter in June.
A couple of months. Perhaps the world forgot about Grovik.
Out of order.
Why hasn't it been fixed?
Perhaps there wasn't much demand for it anymore.
S O S.
Podoba mi się to, że nieważne co klikniesz, z tą dziewczyną jakieś nadciągają ten
If only this thing worked.
interakcje.
We could order a
Sama sobie patrzy i w ogóle.
Or, even better, order some hot grub.
Why would Frederick keep a list of what he calls traitors?
What did they do to him?
Cross him in some way? Why else keep a list of undesirables? Casa.
So that's what it means. Cash register.
Klucz jest w kasie?
You're a genuine gangster now, old fruit. Don't worry.
A
You get
widzisz.
busted,
I
I'll...
kasa z Monopoly.
Wasn't there supposed to be a key?
Here it is.
Cofasz się o 3 pola, a potem bankrut. Openuj tego Dora.
It is her hat.
I'm not
Betty
sure
was
that's...
here. And not long ago.
Okay, but if that is her
Dotknął
hat,
czapki.
what's it doing in a locked storeroom?
Another breadcrumb.
That's not an answer.
I know for sure she was here. That's what matters.
You know best, Edward. So, what now? If this is a breadcrumb...
Co to jest breadcrumb?
There must be a reason her hat...
Poszlaka?
What's that?
A handwritten note.
I'm not blind. What does it say, you silly goose?
It's hard to read. I'm not sure my translation will be... Yo...
Zaraz będę.
You... Nectar. Refuse. You refuse to speak to me, so I write this letter instead. It's from Frederick Fretland to his brother. Simon did not... Bloody hell. Simon did not murder your Ruth. He was fond of his cousin.
Ruth. Ruth is the daughter of Anna and Johann, which means the little girl in the photograph at the farmhouse. Oh, Edward. The Fretland girl was murdered. This is simply awful.
Simon was working at the farm while I tended to the store. I would have seen him had he passed on the way up to the cliffs.
They thought Simon killed Ruth. His own cousin.
Ruth was... What's that word? Playing. Ruth was always playing...
On dalej czyta ten list?
the church. She must have fallen by accident. The note ends there. Frederick never finished it. And Johann never read it. Not that it would have made a difference. If Johann
The
thought...
mob showed up for Simon. His father would have tried to protect him.
September 17th. You would have been here, Betty.
Rocks below the church. Isn't the church right above us? Edward, come look at this. That's the cliff. Right there. The one in the note? I bet you 1,000,000 clams.
Where?
See for yourself.
I guess that could be where...
Let's check it out.
No, Lissy, wait.
O, jaki klif? O czym ty mówisz?
Alice!
Over here, Teddy.
Doop. Beep beep. Open.
This way. I found it, Teddy. The cliff. I'm standing right below it.
What are you doing? This doesn't concern
A
us.
little girl died. We're staying in her home, for God's sake. Are you completely without heart? Get yourself up here, Edward Harden, right this minute. Come on, it's an easy climb.
This looks very dangerous.
Oh, you're a big boy. Start acting like it. Not
Big boy.
I don't know about this. Whoops.
Rzeczywiście jestem stary, jak taki mały kamyczek mu sprawia problem.
What is this?
where little Ruth died.
You're being morbid. And this is a distraction. I'm here for Betty, not because some girl
Edward.
got herself...
You insensitive brute. You're like the Tin Woodman, no heart. You know, you've grown cold and mean in that horrid study of yours. With only books and bugs to keep you company for years and years and years. There are other people in this world, you know. It's not all about you. You're going to do this. If not for Ruth, then for us. We're going to figure out what happened to the poor girl. Together.
Misja poboczna?
That's been here a while.
Didn't you say it happened over a month ago?
You'd think her family would have replaced it with fresh flowers.
Is that blood?
The girl could have hit her head on that rock. There would have been plenty of blood.
That's awful.
It's a long fall.
To spadła tutaj?
Crushed the girl's skull.
Edward Charles Harden.
What?
Oh, you're hopeless. Where are you going? Teddy, where are you going?
Nie mogę? Wyglądało na drogę.
I've seen all there is to see. I'm going back.
You can't leave. We might have missed something important.
Ale co? Gdzie? Dokąd? Łódź! X jest na łodzi. O!
Something struck this bush. She must have landed on it when... on her way down.
That's ghastly, Edward.
No okej, ale jeżeli ktoś został fałszywie osądzony, to prawdopodobnie ta Betty.
Where are you going? Where are you going?
Nie pozwolisz mi się wrócić?
Teddy, where are you going?
To co ty chcesz ode mnie?
I've seen all there is to see. I'm going back.
You can't leave. We might have missed something
Jeszcze...
important.
Jeszcze coś tu jest? Raz, dwa... 3, 4... Chyba muszę znaleźć. Tylko co?
Where are you going?
Jak nic, to będzie droga,
Teddy, where are you going?
którą będę szedł dalej.
I've seen all there is to see. I'm going back.
You can't leave. We might have missed something important.
Ale co? Ale tu nic nie ma. Co tu niby jest? Chociaż? Nie, to damage po prostu.
Where are you going? Teddy, where are you going?
I've seen all of
There
this.
is to see. That's been here.
Is that blood?
That's...
Is that blood?
Something struck this bush. She must have landed on it when... on her way down.
That's ghastly, Edward.
I've seen all there is to see. I'm going back.
You can't leave. We might have missed something important. Where are you going? Teddy, where are you going?
Czego ty chcesz ode mnie? Tu już nic więcej nie ma. Zaraz będę. Dobra. Już jestem. W pełni. Herbatka zrobiona. Mam przesunąć kamienia? Jak?
Could have hit her head on that rock. There would have been plenty of blood.
That's awful.
Nie ma żadnego prompta, że mam.
Didn't you? Is that blood?
The girl could have hit her head on that rock. There would have been plenty of blood.
That's awful.
Jak na Walking Simulator, to gra jest strasznie trudna.
Move the rock aside.
Can you move the rock? O! A widzisz.
It must be Ruth's.
Where's the head?
Maybe the killer also decapitates dolls.
Hold on. This pin.
To też należy do Betty.
Very old. It looks like something from the Viking era.
We are in the land of Vikings.
This could be 1,000 years old. It does not belong on a child's doll.
Who cares? Ruth is dead and you're obsessing about a rusty old pin? Let's go further up. Maybe we'll find more clues.
A
Old sport, it's not far.
Can you wait just 1 minute so that I can catch my breath? Huh. Did you follow the same path, Betty? Or am I just stumbling?
muszę bardziej słuchać chyba linia w linię.
You can see clear beyond the edge of the world.
One.
Teddy bear. We need to take you out walking more often.
So, the girl fell from up here.
Was pushed, you mean? Can you see where she fell? Seeing as you're so concerned about me falling out of trees, I wouldn't want to risk falling off a cliff.
Oh boy.
If she fell headfirst on that rock, she'd have died instantly.
Edward, honestly.
You wanted to learn more. This is you learning more. She hit her head and fell into the bush where I found her doll. Happy now, Alice?
I'm not. What was she doing up here in the first place?
Playing? She was a child. Children play in dangerous places.
There must be more to it.
Nie kłamstwo.
Let's find out where this path leads.
Ja pamiętam, jak za dziecka graliśmy w podchody na krótkofalówki,
Time for this nonsense.
na całą moją działkę.
Betty,
I zawsze najlepszą kampą było chowanie się na drzewach.
you're still out there. Lissy, slow down. I can't keep up with you. Who knows what's up there? It's not worth the risk of falling and breaking something. Lissy? Are you there?
Teddy,
My word. Look away, Lissy.
is this what happened to the villagers? They killed themselves?
It's one body. Let's not jump to conclusions.
What about those fresh graves at the church? There were at least half a dozen of them. Did everyone just die?
They're not necessarily
Oh,
connected.
come on.
Może to jest... Pada na to samo.
What made him do this?
Las samobójców.
How long has he been?
From the state of the body, perhaps a couple of weeks. It depends on temperature and
Ale to, co chciałem powiedzieć, to to, że mam dziwne flashbacki, że ta gra być może działa jak ostatni sezon
Suicide
Setki.
go to hell? Isn't that what your father said?
Nie wiem, czy mogę
Your mother
spoilerować.
drowned herself? Sorry.
Your mother? To Betty jest teraz moją mamą, już nie jest córką?
Do you think this has something to do with Ruth? Maybe she came across the hanged man before she died, and it scared her.
No to w szóstym sezonie Setki jest taki głupi motyw mały, gdzie jest takie tajemnicze słońce na tajemniczej planecie, które zmieniało psychikę ludzi, bo w kwiatkach coś innego pyliło, jakaś toksyna psychiczna. I wszyscy się chcieli mordować i zabijać. I musieli się specjalnie na każde wyjście słońca, musieli się kneblować i kajdankować.
One of the Fretlanders?
it's not Johann or Frederick. And he's too old to be Simon. There's nothing more to do here. I'm going back. Let the poor soul rest in peace.
Does it look like he's resting in peace? You're just going to leave him hanging? You're an insensitive brute.
I'm here for Betty. It's tragic, but really none of my
Oh,
concern.
Betty, always just Betty. You don't care about anyone else. What if that was me up there? Would you care then? All you do is obsess over a scarf and a hat and ugh.
It's all I have of Betty.
Betty, there she is again. The hanged man, he's someone. No matter what he did or didn't do, he deserves respect. Would you please just do this one decent deed? If not for me, then for yourself. Or for your Betty. What are you doing? You can't just pull him down by his legs. Try loosening the noose.
I can't reach that far.
Jak się zabił, więc go zostaw. Ja spadnę z tego krzesła. Będę jak magik. Ale i stanął daleko na tym krzesełku.
I'm going to be sick. I can't do this.
Yes, you can. Teddy. I know you can. You've been through much worse.
Nie wiem. Wiesz, że kobiety są dziwne. No. Myślisz, że go zaniesiemy do Churcha i go zakopiemy? No w sumie, może to i... O, proszę.
Where are the Fretlands, Edward?
It's been 2 days. If they're not back tonight,
They're not coming back.
perhaps they left after their daughter died.
Was murdered, you mean? Isn't that what we think happened?
Bardzo chrupie, nie?
She was probably murdered.
And you think Simon did it?
Your guess is as good as mine. It could have been an accident.
You're really not helping.
Can we talk about this tomorrow? I'm sorry.
You're exhausted.
I buried a corpse today, Alice.
I know. I'm sorry. Why don't you sleep in the guest bedroom?
The couch is fine. The Fretlands could still come home.
All right.
Jednak go nie zakopał.
Don't come crying to me.
To
if
go
it's waiting
spalił.
with a crick in your neck. I'll be up for a while, if you feel like talking.
Taki z niego zul.
I really thought I'd find Betty today.
Well, I
Ciekawe, ile ta gra trwa.
hopes up, Edward. What did you find?
Someone tried to burn this. It's addressed to Mrs. Fretland. My dearest Anna. It's from her sister, Margaret. I really shouldn't.
Really? How else are we going to figure out what happened? Keep reading.
My dearest Anna, I miss you so very, very much. The baby is due soon, and I wish for our family to reunite before... It's been 7 years since the dreadful incident at the mine. Can we not convince Frederick and Johann to forgive and forget? I know there are things Frederick has not told me about what they found and why they parted ways. Their grudge is tearing us all apart. Frederick won't even let me speak to half of our neighbors, accusing them of treason. He's so very angry and full of regrets. It's eating him up. And we...
And we what?
The rest is unreadable.
Margaret reached out to her sister, but I guess it didn't work.
This was written before Simon was born, but burned recently.
Widziałeś teges szmeges fą fą fą? Nie. What? Teleporter. Dawać mi couch. Day 2 mogę... Dobra, Day 2 jednak nie mogę uznać za zakończony.
What are you doing?
Jakby ktoś tylko mógł mi wpisać, ile dni jest w tej grze.
I don't think it's healthy
Not now,
to...
please.
Albo niech wejdzie w Steam recenzję i zobaczy, ile jest średni czas. Ale chyba z 3 godziny, podejrzewam, 2-3. To tak znośnie, można skończyć dzisiaj.
Quite the day, huh?
I'm ready to pass out. Where will you sleep?
I'll be up for a while. My mind's simply racing.
Don't stay up late. Wake me if you hear the Fretlands arriving.
Of course. And I'll keep my eyes open for any ghosts that might want to haunt you in your sleep.
There are no...
Hush now.
6 dni?
Sleep.
Na luziku, fiku, miku. Na patyku. Dzień trzeci. Fajna się gra wydaje. Już teraz mi się Skopa bardziej podoba niż Vanishing of Eden Carter. Halo?
Right up the stairs, Teddy.
O, mogę się dostać na górę. Nareszcie.
Teddy? Is that you?
Lissy!
I'm upstairs.
Mogę sobie usiąść i narysować. Niech się kobieta przebierze. My sobie namalujemy. Nic ciekawego. O, łóżko sobie namalowaliśmy.
This is her room.
Hmm?
Are you paying attention? Ruth. Can you imagine? One moment you're living a perfectly happy life, and then... nothing. Darkness. Forever and ever. Maybe there's something here that can tell us what happened to her.
This is a waste of my time.
We might be the only ones left to tell her story, Edward.
You're just being melodramatic. I'll help you look.
Ruth was an artist.
This is very primitive.
Have you ever met a child, Edward? She wasn't Monet, she was 8. Ruth never finished this. What does that spell? F-O-R-B.
Banelson. The curse.
Who's that figure supposed to be? It's creepy.
A figment of her imagination. But the box she drew. It looks like this box under her desk.
Really? Let me see, pull it out.
Była w tym pokoju całą noc i nie widziała tego pudełka i nie potrafiła sobie go sama otworzyć? Trochę retarded, trochę głupie.
I believe this might qualify as actual treasure.
Is that Norwegian money?
Wiem, że ciężko zrobić grę, ale
Ancient. Viking coin.
też nie możecie kazać mi robić wszystkiego za innych.
Not in terms of monetary value, but historically. Well, they belong in a museum.
Looks like Ruth had her own private museum.
Why would a child have these artifacts?
She must have enjoyed collecting and playing with them.
These are much too precious to play with. She should have given these to an adult.
She
Pobrałeś się w
was a
F15? Będziesz mógł mi powiedzieć, czy są DLC wszystkie.
To her, they were just shiny toys. Wait! The pin! On the doll!
Poza tym z FF15 były chyba mody nawet. Mod
Where
support.
did she find these treasures?
A dig, a grave site. Wherever she found them, she wanted to keep them hidden.
You think someone found out?
These items wouldn't necessarily be worth much, except to a historian or archaeologist.
Pewnie ci wyskoczy masa dziwnych rzeczy.
I mean, if someone learned she'd been collecting treasures, they might be willing to do terrible things. She made her bed that morning. Before she...
Or her parents did. It doesn't matter. It tells us nothing.
Why are you like this today? Betty's not the only person in the world that matters.
She matters the most to me.
Ain't that the truth? This must be the village church. That's Ruth and her family on one side of the aisle. Simon and his father on the other.
A community divided.
Okay.
She found something.
Where's that supposed to be?
Kielich?
Or the...
Mine. It could be. But what did she find?
her Viking treasure. Of course.
Of course.
Draugen.
Hey, the undead monster from those folk tales you read.
What an odd book for a child to have.
I don't know. Children love scary stories.
To będzie horror?
It's interesting. Read some of it to me, please. That must be Ruth and Simon's fathers.
Perhaps. They weren't on the best of terms.
They look like they want to kill each other.
To a child, maybe it looked worse than it was.
Children are more insightful than you give them credit for, Teddy Bear.
There's still no sign of the Fretlands.
Maybe they left town after Ruth died.
What's the point of this? I should be looking for Betty.
I hate you sometimes. There's a story here. The treasure box, the drawings.
The overactive mind of an imaginative child.
Well, she didn't imagine the Viking artifacts. You shouldn't be so dismissive. The drawings could be her way of dealing with traumatic
This is
events.
what happens when I read you the principles of psychology. You get notions.
You say that like it's a bad thing. Ruth was troubled. The village was troubled, and... Is that a bell?
Church bell. Someone's here. Maybe Betty.
Why would Betty ring the church bell?
Perhaps she's in trouble. I need to get to the church right now.
Wait, isn't it more likely to be the person you saw the other night? We should be
I
careful.
told you, I'm not sure that was anything. Come on.
Go ahead. I'll catch up with you before you get there. I need a minute to think about all of this. Do you see anyone?
Są chyba 4
Must be
DLC.
inside the church.
To pewnie Definitive Edition czy coś. Bo to często gry na Game Passie mają wszystkie DLC. Nie wszystkie gry, ale niektóre te. Co, mam wyjść? Jest tylko Luke. Luke, I'm your father. A wyjdę sobie na balkon. No to co, zadupczamy do czurcza. Podoba mi się to, że animacja przechodzenia przez drzwi jest taka sama jak w PT. Kojumbo Productions. Zauważyliście to? Jest dokładnie taka sama. Tak jakby to był asset flip, jakiś skrypt kupiony. 1:1. Jo, już się gubię na tej mapie. No to chyba idziemy do czurcza.
Alice?
I'm up at the farm.
Nie ma tu rowerka? Poza tym nie lubię, jak gry ci każą trzymać shift, żeby biegać. Jak tak można? Tylko się palec marnuje. Ja nie znam polskiego, ale teraz se zapamiętam.
Lissy!
I'm up at the farm.
Ja pamiętam, jak kiedyś Bęczka jechali, jak się tylko dało, jak pisał coś po polsku. On też nie zna polskiej pisowni, ortografii kompletnie.
Alice!
I'm up at the farm.
No, Seba też.
All these fresh graves. Do you think that
No one's touched these since yesterday.
who did this?
Someone who'd lost their faith.
Gone fishing?
God is not here.
Well, of course he isn't. You won't find God in a church. God is the wind in the trees, the grass between your toes, the brook that runs
That's
through.
nature, not God.
Can you peek through the boards?
Yes. No, w końcu to, czego oczekiwałem.
See anyone?
No,
Listen! The bell! They're still in there!
Co, duchy? Przecież za sznurek musiał pociągnąć.
Hello? I heard the bell.
This is giving me the
I'm here to help.
heebie-jeebies.
These boards look flimsy enough to break.
O. Dajesz. Z buta wjeżdżam. Nie, nie z buta? Fu, myślałem, że z buta.
Look at that.
Nie chciało im się robić animacji, więc zrobili
You
skip.
had it in you, old fruit.
Be quiet. Betty? Are you here?
Ameryka.
Hello? This is Edward Harden. I'm looking for my sister,
Stop
Elizabeth.
shouting, Edward. We're alone. There are only ghosts here.
There are no.
What's this rope for?
The bell.
This is the bell we heard ringing?
I don't see any other bells.
So you have to stand here and pull this rope to ring it.
Yes.
But there was no one here. You didn't see anyone, right?
No. No one.
Ghosts. I'm telling you, it's ghosts. So what happened to the hunchback of Grovik?
They must be here still. Lissy. Look. Betty's gloves. They are definitely Betty's.
Oh, for
She got
Pete's
these
sake.
in Boston before she left for New York. She bought them at Woolworth. I remember the day she... She's here.
And why would she leave her clothes lying around? It doesn't.
Może ona jest duchem.
She's sending me a message. She knew I'd recognize her gloves. Her hat. She's left a trail for me to follow, like Ariadne's red thread.
We're not in a
Betty will
labyrinth.
have left more clues.
Betty, you're turning into such a pill. What happened here?
The sign on the door. God is not here.
Isn't this a fire hazard?
They're not always lit. Each candle represents a single prayer.
That's a lot of prayers.
They considered this a sacred place. For them to destroy it. This was an act of...
I've never seen you read the Bible before.
For he is our peace, who hath made both one, and hath broken down
Jo, to się doczytać.
partition between us.
Did you just translate that into Old English?
I happen to know the verse by heart.
You still manage to surprise me sometimes. Jesus looks sad.
What reason would Jesus have to be happy?
Don't be blasphemous.
Given that this is all fiction, blasphemy is a contradiction.
Heretic.
The church book,
Dodę.
record of births and deaths.
So we can find out what happened to the people in the village?
Elizabeth. I mean, if she was dead,
Her name would be in the book.
Jest tylko jedno.
tore it to pieces.
I don't think the missing pages left the church. Look. How many pages are missing?
I counted 4.
They're probably all still here. I know. Let's make it a competition. 1-0 to Team Me. I wanted you to find that one. I know what a rotten loser you are. What's that?
The last sermon that was held here.
Tego już się nie da
What
przeczytać.
does it say?
The vicar's handwriting is hard to decipher, and the language. He talks about the village being divided for 20 years. This sermon was held on the anniversary of the accident this past summer. He's asking the congregation to help heal old wounds, to forgive, move on. Something to the effect of, you sit in separate aisles in God's house.
Like Ruth's drawing. I told you, she was perceptive.
Tilly Verandra.
Edward?
Forgive each other. It addresses Johann and Frederick directly. But I wonder if they were even here.
Well, they were twin brothers. They must have been close once. How could they allow their grudge to escalate until...
You call each other traitor.
What
are
the
you
hell?
doing? We're in a church.
Thought you didn't believe in God.
I do believe in civility. It sounds like Grovik was split in two. Between those who stood by Johann.
Wiesz może na czym lepiej grać w FF15? Pad czy mysz i klawa? Pad.
The sermon is from before.
Obowiązkowo.
No, this is all about the preceding 20 years of division and disagreements. Here's something else.
No i tam chyba jest wybór trybu walki. Możesz chyba wziąć action lub taktyczny, jak ze starych FF-ów.
God has not cursed you. This curse is of your own making.
Ruth's drawing mentioned a curse. What do you think that means?
It means they believed they were cursed, and that they needed something or someone to blame for their misfortune.
Found another one.
O,
You get it. It's right here.
pik.
Just one more page missing.
Skąd wiesz, że jeszcze jedna? Skąd ona to wie? A widzisz.
2 for 2.
No ale skąd wiedziała, że jeszcze 4?
Stop, Lissy. This is not a game. Betty's out there.
Oh, final dinner.
The Last Supper. Who taught you about the New Testament?
I pick up on things. Most folks aren't heathens, like you.
This book goes back years. It lists births and deaths. Here's the 3rd Fretland brother. The one who died in the cave-ins. Someone added the word for Banelson, probably quite recently.
What does that mean again?
Curse. That word is all over this book. Not just the men who died in the mine, but other deaths in the last 20 years.
Ruth's drawing and the sermon both mentioned a curse. What do you think it means?
I don't know. There were surprisingly few births.
Perhaps they blame that on the curse as well.
Look here. Ruth Elsa Fretland. She was buried in the cemetery. And the next entry, Simon Fretland. Now this is interesting.
Simon is dead? Oh, that's dreadful.
He drowned the day after Ruth died. Probably no coincidence. See what's scribbled next to it?
Mord?
Murder.
Who killed him? Ruth's father? Or the mob that trashed the store?
It doesn't say. After the children, a half dozen deaths in a single week.
The curse.
It's listed as
The
the cause
curse.
for every single
Cześć, Minuri.
Maybe there really was a curse.
Co damy? Jak tam?
superstition. But something changed after Ruth and Simon. It might explain why there's no one around.
Edward,
No one
they
around.
killed everyone. How's that not a curse? What does that word say? Next to those names at the bottom. For a
Traitor.
Pijesz drinka w czwartek? Nie idziesz jutro do roboty?
Edward? What's wrong?
The final entry. There's no name. Alice, what if...
Oh, Edward, no.
Betty,
It doesn't mean
she's not dead. She can't be. I know. I know.
A zawsze się tak mówi. Tylko jeden.
It's not Betty. Betty's still alive.
Teddy,
O, już mogę biegać.
where are you going? Don't leave me!
Co, idę do jaskini?
Not be here, Betty. Never.
No dobre pytanie, gdzie ja idę. Może... O, nie mogę włączyć mapy. Jutro będzie skręcane biurko albo w sobotę. Ja w poniedziałek zamawiam ostatnie części, bo będę składać nowego kompa. Może mi na środę przyjdzie wszystko. Jeżeli nic nie spierdolę. I o niczym nie zapomniałem. A tego to spróbuję jakoś na części ogarnąć, posprzedawać co się da. Where are you going? Nie wiem, tu może. Co będę składał? Ryzen 3900X, RTX 2080 Supa. Płyta główna MSI X470. Ja tak już wiesz, pomyślałem przyszłościowo, żeby to już było na kilka lat. Tak, tego miałem na kilka lat. Kurwa, tu nie mogę iść. Zamknięte. Nie do jaskini? Gdzie tu jest jaskinia? Że nie było wejścia do jaskini. Gdzie ty widziałeś wejście do jaskini? Ja myślałem, że tam tu muszę iść. Znaczy z kartą i tak... Kartę będę miał dopiero w kwietniu, bo to kurwa teraz ceny podrożały, to jeszcze będę musiał przepiąć na jakiś krótki czas moją starą. Ale ogólnie to ma być mój finalny build. Tylko się trochę cykam, że spierdolę i coś źle podłączę albo coś źle podepnę. To jak nie patrzeć, to już są pieniądze. A teraz ceny będą jeszcze wyższe. Przez koronawirusa. Z okiem podjedziemy. W sumie jak chcecie, to możecie przyjechać. Co za problem. W przyszłym tygodniu będę robić na rano. Czemu to dotykam? Mogę do mapy zerknąć. A na mapie nie ma nic nowego. Cop Group. Serio? Mam i... Aha!
Where is it? Looking for the unmarked grave.
To się przeszedłem. Za daleko. Nie mogłeś wcześniej mi rzucić tej wskazówki. To jak się boisz, to możemy wpaść, to najwyżej się z nim zgadam. Spoko. Ja nie widzę żadnych przeciwwskazań.
Here, some.
It's here! Ale to biurko sobie kompletnie nowe kupiłeś, czy przeniosłeś to, co miałeś u siebie? Blood i plus nóżki. To... Unmarked grave.
It's here, somewhere.
What are you going to do, Edward?
I don't see it.
Rzeczywiście tu dzieło łopata... Ale głupie.
It's unmarked.
What are you doing? Have you gone completely mad? Edward, stop it!
Wysięgnik. O! To dalej będziesz miał ten setup na 2 monitory?
It's not her. It's not Betty. It's not her.
Oh, Edward. What have you done?
It's not Elizabeth. I was so afraid.
You're a monster.
But I had to be sure. If Betty...
To hell with your Betty! When did she ever shed a tear for you?
Don't talk about my baby sister
Or
like
what?
that.
Or what, Edward? What will you do? Ignore us? Banish us? You've spent your entire life chasing her. When are you going to do something useful with what's left of it?
Quiet! Just leave me be.
Chcesz odkupić mój? Bo akurat sprzedaję. What the fuck?
Alice? Come back. Don't leave me alone. Please. Come back. I need you.
Czary mary. To ta laska była cały czas w mojej głowie? To wszystko się dzieje w mojej głowie? To jest cały plot twist tej gry. Co ja mam za monitor? BenQ QW2410 144 Hz po DVI-D. Spakowałem go, już wystawiłem na Olxa.
I was afraid you'd left me. Now listen to me.
Bo mi nie będzie pasował do nowej karty. Kupiłem nowy, a ten wystawiłem. What the fuck? Cześć, Ponki. Fonki, Ponki. $32 cale? Ale jak będziesz chciał 32 cale, to będziesz musiał od razu w 1440p zainwestować.
Hey.
Ja mam...
Please listen to me. I didn't mean what I said.
Czemu nie mogę wybrać żadnej opcji?
Everything's always about Betty. Betty, Betty.
I care about you both.
Until it really matters. Then it's obvious who matters more.
I thought she was dead.
I wish she was!
Don't.
You deserve to be alone!
Ja mam teraz 27-calowy, co było trochę dla mnie zaskoczeniem, bo ja nawet nie wiedziałem, że to jest 27-calowy. A chciałem po prostu monitor, który ma 134 i ma 1080p I wydaje mi się, że już powyżej 24 cali to 1080p to już jest trochę, już nie jest taki ostry obraz. Trochę trzeba się bawić z tym, z wyostrzaniem.
You think you own me? That you control me? That you get to decide how I feel and what I do every minute of every day? That I'm your puppet, your little plaything? Well, fuck you, Edward Charles Harden! I never should have come here with you on this pointless chase!
Now, be reasonable. Lizzie? Alice? No!
What the fuck?
What are you doing?
What I should have done years ago. Maybe now you'll learn to appreciate us.
Now listen to me. Please, listen. Hear me out. Don't...
Łe! Czemu nie mogę nic wybrać?
I need you. I'm not whole without you. I
Ale
can't lose you. I
chamstwo.
can't live without you. Don't, please, don't, no. What? No!
Spoiler alert.
Oh, Alice. What have you done? Please, be all right. Please, don't.
You make me sick, Edward. Your mother and father would be ashamed.
O co chodzi w tej grze?
Elizabeth,
Mam procent 27, jest chujowe w HD?
they did not think you deserved their love, so they abandoned you.
Nie wiem, dla mnie 24 wystarczało w pełni.
We are all that you have.
To tak jak z telefonami.
We love you.
6 cali to już jest ekran dla mnie za duży. 5 było
With
ok,
us, you are never alone.
ale większego już nie chcę.
Do not forget.
No, Never. I never forget. I am never alone.
I kredycy, i koniec gry. Ja pod grafikę potrzebuję sporego, bo lepiej się pracuje w robocie. Mam 27, a już to dla mnie za mało. No, poza tym ty jak bawisz się grafiką, to też musisz mieć zajebiście skalibrowane kolory.
Stop hiding. Where you go, we go, Edward. You cannot hide from us.
Where's Lizzie?
Alice is not here.
Bring her back. Please. I need her.
Alice does not love Elizabeth like you do.
She loves me.
Not like I do, Edward.
I'm so tired. Please.
What do you want?
I think of you so often. You have no idea.
You just want me to forgive you so that we can keep looking for your precious, perfect Betty.
She needs us.
She never needed you, Teddy Bear. And she certainly doesn't need us.
I can't find her on my own.
It's just too bad, my dear,
32?
because we're done
Jak
with
Woga
this.
grał na telewizorze 32.
Don't go. I'm talking to...
Input lag był niebywały, jak włączył Overwatcha. Podziwiam, ja nie wiem, jak on może na nim grać, w cokolwiek, że on jeszcze siedzi tak blisko tego telewizora. To jest niesamowite. Frogs gra z muszem, bo Wiklu go zaprosił. Tak? Zaprosił go na arenę, gdzie jest 5 milionów użytkowników.
Please. Listen. Lizzie, you can't keep vanishing on me.
Try me.
Why are you so angry?
You do not know anger, Edward.
Did you ever meet my father?
Alice does not want to speak with you.
And what about you? Are you going to help me?
God helps those who help themselves.
I don't need God's help. I need Lissy.
Do you, though? Did you ever?
What? Of course,
Najbardziej mnie rozwalało to, jak przechodziłem do domu i siedziałem przed swoim 24-calowym, to się dziwiłem, jak ja kurwa coś na tym widziałem. Chłopie. Pamiętasz monitory z dupą, które miały 13-14 cali? Jak ci waliło kineskopem i ciągle widziałeś fale przelatujące, bo coś miałeś uszkodzone z lampą? Jak wtedy mogliśmy grać w 4x3? Co jest? Do tyłu? Deszcz leje. Deszcz leje, ale dźwięku nie ma. Okej, czy zostajemy tutaj?
Alice, don't go. Hear me out. I depend on you both.
You can never depend on other people, Edward.
I'm not sure you count as other people.
Everyone leaves, one way or another.
You don't. You can't.
Is that a challenge?
Stop playing games.
Are you ordering me, teddy bear?
I'm asking you.
Didn't your father always tell you to stand up for yourself? To be a real man and not a sissy? Maybe that's why he put the gun to his head and pulled the trigger. Kaboom! He
Kaboom.
was so disappointed about what his only son had turned into.
You're a monster.
Takes one to know one. Old fruit.
No ale na CRTK trzeba dobrego trafić. Nie, na przykład miałem beznadziejnego. Ja bym nie potrafił nagle wrócić na CRT. Ten monitor, co miałem, który dalej działa. Miał starsze takie szarowate kolory. Poker? Prominence Poker? Woga w to grał kiedyś. Po co mi kolejny poker, jak mam Poker Stars? Z którego nawet nie mam z kim grać. Czy ona jest na górze?
Lissy? Lissy.
Pewnie się schowała.
I gave you this jacket. Betty,
What the hell?
we're here.
Czy ja to ubrałem na siebie?
Lissy, I'm tired of chasing you. I'm trying to talk to you. Alice, be reasonable. Lissy, look. A
Luke.
jacket. I'm sure it wasn't here yesterday, which
Jesus
means
Christ,
Betty was
Teddy.
here. Perhaps when we were out yesterday.
Betty,
She must have...
Betty, 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 Betty.
You love Betty more than you love us. But don't you see? What has Betty done that we haven't? What can she do that we cannot? We've always been there for you. Why do you keep looking for her?
She's real. You're not.
So?
What? You
A, widzisz.
real. We are real to you.
We'll never be the same.
No i pies pogrzebany już jest rozgrzebany.
Who are you talking
Why do you think Betty left? She was sick and tired of us. She wanted to escape.
Like mother.
Drowning herself because she couldn't stand being around us.
Like father.
Nie, ja już rozumiem całą fabułę. Ja już nawet nie muszę już grać więcej.
Drive them
Ja już wiem, co się stanie.
away, Edward. All into death.
Not us. We're always here for
I
you.
beg
You
you.
are never alone.
W ogóle wczoraj się tak wkurwiłem.
Leave me alone.
You wanna be
Zrobili update do Halo
Want to be alone?
i usunęli mi Grief Ball. I dodali free stack na zimowy event, na ferie. I na free stack za jeden mecz dostaje się max 500-600 expa. Ja sobie myślę, że co proszę? I jeszcze jest event, że trzeba zagrać 10 meczy, by dostać naklejkę. A mi się nawet nie chce grać tych meczy, bo to szkoda czasu. Ja mam dopiero 60 level. Jeszcze 40 mi zostało. Masakracja. I zacząłem znowu delikatnie w koda ciupać. Znaczy no ciupać. Bez mózgu strzelałem na shipment. By zrobić achievementy. Nie ma jej na zewnątrz? Gdzie ona jest? Na zewnątrz musi być. Nie ma już innego pokoju. A nie, moment. Pewnie jeszcze muszę założyć ten żakiecik. Tutaj. A, widzisz. Jak to frog z muszem? Co, zabronisz mu? Powiedział wprost Frogs. Ja już nie chcę być częścią ZG, a teraz jestem w musz. Ja muszę być z muszem. Tak w ogóle jak czwarty sezon Apex. Już day 5. Dobra, to dzisiaj klepiemy tą grę do końca. Idzie szybciej niż myślałem. A potem coś postrzelamy.
Betty? Elizabeth? Is that you? Are you upstairs? Betty, I'm coming.
Czemu jest taka różowa pogoda? A, jak już się nie mogę doczekać.
I knew you were here.
Benjek mi w końcu odpisał co do tego Xima.
Betty,
Musiałem
are you in there?
już agresywnie do niego napisać. Z przypomnieniem.
Stand away from the door.
Bum! Bum! Do 3 razy sztuka.
Betty? No. No, 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 no. Oh. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I thought it was you, Betty.
Obudź się.
But who? Anna.
Anna who?
What are you here, Betty? It's from Johann. Addressed
Może ta jego dziewczyna to jest ten kruk?
Did you notice the handwriting, Betty? It was clearly distraught.
Ale koleś ma obsesję niesamowitą.
Enough is enough.
I to jeszcze na punkcie swojej własnej siostry.
After decades of strife, I pray that God will... Tilly, forgive me.
Rozumiałbym, jakby to była jego córka na przykład.
For 20 years I've kept my silence about our discovery, but my silence has only led to misfortune, and my cowardice has only led to death.
Ale moja
Frederick pay for what he has done to us.
opinia, że być może tu wszyscy nie żyją
To our
przez jakąś infekcję czy coś właśnie,
it is over.
tak jak w tamtym serialu było, to dalej może być rzeczywistością.
May God forgive me. Anna was already dead when he wrote this. He had no one else to confess to. What now, Betty? Johann went to confront his brother, probably at Frederick's farm. And then...
Zerknij sobie, czy któryś z tych monitorów ma certyfikat Blurbusters. Bo to są mimo jedyne monitory, które są warte teraz uwagi.
You said this was a gift from another unlucky suitor.
Nie mogę przesunąć. Mogę.
It was precious to you. You wouldn't have left it
A co,
here.
nie grasz w strzelanki?
Signpost. A breadcrumb. You followed Johann
Najsmutniejsze jest to, że ja kupiłem monitor zanim ten certyfikat wszedł w życie.
The mine.
I trochę żałuję tego monitora. On nie jest taki dobry. Ja widzę strasznie mazurzenie na nim.
You wouldn't let this go, Betty. You'd follow your story to the end. All the way to the end. Did you go to the mine, Betty? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Dawaj, idziemy. Znaczy ostry... Jest nawet ostry. Nawet musiałem, wiesz, cały trace free musiałem tą funkcję włączyć na maksa. Ale dalej wydaje mi się, że tamten był lepszy. Tamten sobie bardziej radził z motion blurem. A ten jakby nie nadąża. To też może być dlatego, że mam FreeSync włączony, ale...
So where
Ale jak wyłączyłem FreeSync, to też w sumie nie widziałem aż takiej wielkiej różnicy.
what led you to this place?
To jest IPS.
You'd piece them together into a story, wouldn't you, Betty? So, what do we know? Johann and Frederick are partners, and on good terms. Something happens in the mine. Disagreements lead to a falling out. And at the end of it all, 20 years later, Johann walks this path to confront Frederick.
Frederick. Ja nie chcę czarnego. Ja i tak używam Shadow Remover. Na chuj mi czarny. Ja mam zakres kolorów zmniejszony.
And where were you, Betty? Did you witness their fall?
To samo z VR-em. Też ludzie mają jakieś obsesje na punkcie VR-ów z OLED-em, bo oni chcą czarny widzieć. Mówię, kurwa, na chuj ci czarny widzieć. Później się będziesz dziwił, czemu w pokojach grając w Pawlowa masz wszędzie zajebiście ciemno. I nic nie widzisz. No ale to tak jest, jak jest. Ktoś chce grać dla full immersji, a ktoś chce grać, nie wiem, szczelanki czy coś i wolałby jednak widzieć coś na oczy. Nie ma tu nic? Nope. To będziesz prawdziwe kolory. No to jesteś jednym z nielicznych ludzi na świecie, którzy chcą mieć prawdziwe kolory przy graniu. Ja mam saturację na 90%. A tu strasznie pojebane rzeczy.
Simon's grave. Born December 5th, 1909, died September 17th, 1923. The safe. Frederick would choose numbers that meant something to him. Why bury Simon here and not at the cemetery?
On miał tylko 14 lat.
Blamed him for Ruth's death. I could really use your imagination, Betty. You'd figured this out in no time.
Ten miał 29. Ta miałam 2 Margaret. To jest bzdura? No. Ja bym to bardziej nazwał preferencją. Dobra, jak tu są tory, to tu musi być wejście. Ja na przykład, bo znam takich, co nie dość, że ciupią 4-3 stretched, czego akurat nigdy nie potrafiłem zrozumieć, bo sam jakby nie potrafiłem jakby zrozumieć sensu tego, czemu ktoś gra 4 czy stretch. A fuck, wróciłem się. Ale z drugiej strony znałem też ludzi, którzy odpalali naprawdę pojebane, ostre, strasznie jasne kolory, takie, że po prostu oczy aż wypalało, jak się patrzyło na monitor. Się zastanawiałem, jak ci ludzie potrafią na takich ustawieniach patrzeć się w ten monitor 6-8 godzin i w ogóle oczy ich nie bolą ani nic. To mnie zawsze zaskakiwało. Ja tam mam trochę te podbindowane wyżej te ustawienia, jakieś kolory i w ogóle. Ale aż tak nie szaleję. Imo. Są tacy, co naprawdę szaleją niebywale. A potem się na przykład dowiedziałem, że granie na full jasności to jest bullshit. Że monitory lepiej funkcjonują i będziesz miał jeszcze lepszy response time, jak nie będziesz go tak mocno naświetlał. I to też troszeczkę mazurzenie potrafi wyeliminować. Poza tym dawniej były inaczej gry robione też. Silniki graficzne i w ogóle. A teraz na przykład jak chcesz zobaczyć postać, to musisz czekać, aż się naklejka pokaże na ekranie. Niż jak zobaczysz przeciwnika, bo wszystko się zlewa ze sobą w tle. Otwórz save. Okay. Na grobie były cyferki? No były daty. Myślisz, że którakolwiek data? Kurde, gdzie było wejście?
Betty?
Jakieś niewidzialne ściany.
What do you reckon, Betty?
Ja myślę, że Margaret's birthday. Nie?
Let's try
No to 1923? Nie, bo to birthday, nie death. Okej, to jest bullshit. Oni obydwoje... A nie, bo tam miała śmierć 1909.
Another Viking artifact, Betty. Most likely from the same treasure Ruth found. Postmarked in Boston.
Fajnie by było, jakby można było jeszcze w monitorze mieć tryby. Wiem, że są 3 profile, ale ciężko się to przełącza. Powinien być po prostu taki szybki bind, że naciskasz szybko jeden profil, klik szybko 2. No to musisz przejść jeszcze przez 1-2 kliknięcia, w zależności od monitora.
No word from you.
I mieć na przykład tryb FPS, że masz wszystko saturację i w ogóle wszystko wyjebane, potem grasz coś takiego,
I know things have been difficult.
ustawiasz sobie najbardziej naturalne, jak się tylko da. Ale nie masz quick bindów, tylko musisz wejść do menu, zmienić tryb. Też mam coś takiego. Ja też mogę zmienić tryby, tylko że to jest czasochłonne. Bo musisz przeklikać kilka razy. Tak samo śmieję się, bo tu jest na przykład narzędzie, że możesz sobie celownik włączyć, tam licznik herców i inne pierdoły. I to też jest... Nie, też nie jest szybkie, bo musisz 3-4 razy kliknąć przynajmniej.
Our contract, and we will withdraw our investment.
Rzadko się tego używa.
And your brother will be responsible for all debts.
O, albo na przykład właśnie mieć apkę na telefonie. Szybko klikasz 1, 2, 3, switch, nie?
Wall up the chamber. We've already dealt with the worker.
Teraz jest taka dziwna tendencja, że zamiast zrobić quick menu, quick access, gdzie masz te opcje, których jednak by człowiek potrzebował jak najszybciej, to czasami musisz celowo szukać w menu.
This must be for that locked shed.
Chowają opcje, bo wchodzisz do gry, masz tylko play, store, options, a całą resztę musisz szukać, kurwa, po 50 menu.
You went to the mine. I hope our guardian angel watched over you. All right, Betty. So what happens next in your story? Johann and Frederick discover something in the mine. A cave or chamber of archaeological value. They argue about what to do. If the discovery is made public, it's the end of their enterprise. Johann is convinced or paid to walk away. Their secret stays hidden. Then, a few months later, the accident. 3 men die. The investors
Skubany.
pull out, the miles
Całą
from
fabułę mi
Star,
opowiada.
Frederick's up to his neck in debt. Cursed mine in Grovik? Locals struggle with bad crops and
Curse
livestock
Mine.
deaths and
Przypomina mi się i ten Carter. Czy też był taki Slender śmieszny, niepotrzebny kompletnie.
a thing like that becomes self-fulfilling. If you believe you're cursed, every misfortune feeds the delusion. So, 20 years pass. The Fretland feud tears the village apart, setting neighbor against neighbor. And then, Ruth stumbles across the secret in the mine. After all this time, the truth may finally come to light, but she dies. And the day after, Simon is murdered.
Jednak tędy?
It's a catalyst. Old grievances resurface. No matter who you stand with, you're a traitor. Things escalate. More people die. From disease, despair, suicides, murder.
Koleś, który podkłada go z Edwardowi, kojarzy mi się z Retro Ahoyem.
All because of the mine. Because of what they found there. And what they covered up.
Tak jakby to był jego ojciec na przykład.
There was no one to stop it, Betty. They were alone. That's the real curse of Grovik. Isolation.
Oop.
This
Read.
place is cursed. Ridiculous.
O proszę, jest i główeczka.
Ruth was here the day she fell. Something spooked her, and then she ran
Shira.
all the way to the cliff where... Do you know what happened, Betty? Did you witness it?
Nie mam klucza. A.
Hello? Betty, are you in there? Please answer me.
Slenda. Jest jedna rzecz, która mi w tej grze nie pasuje i wydaje mi się, że już jej nie napotkam. Bo jestem w 100% pewny, że widziałem fragment tej gry, gdzie płynęliśmy łodzią z tą laską, a mi się wydaje, że Alice już do mnie nie wróci. Więc chyba jednak moje wybory coś mogą chyba zmienić.
This is Mother's brooch.
Chyba że rzeczywiście to będzie końcówka.
This. You wouldn't take it off unless you left it here for a reason.
Chyba że widziałem początek.
What am I not seeing?
Na początku też w sumie płynęliśmy łodzią. Tu będzie ciało. A nie. O. Press to run, wykrzyknik. Tak, potężny kruk zburzył kopalnię. Zobacz jak.
Edward! Edward!
Betty?
N-word, N-word.
Is that you?
Edward? Where are you?
I'm on my way, Betty. Wait for me.
Dostałem paraliżu, szok. To nie będzie ona, to będzie trap. Będzie mi się tylko wydawało, że ona istnieje.
Stay where you are. I'm coming.
Jumpuj!
Edward! Where are you?
I'm on my way.
Edward, please! Hurry!
I'm coming, Betty!
W ogóle co za pogoda? Jakiś biały proszek. Co za jakiś wulkan wybuchł w Norwegii?
I'm almost there!
To nie jest śnieg. Przyjdzie jakiś popiół. To nie może być ona. Jakim cudem byśmy mogli ją usłyszeć, jak my w kopalni byliśmy kilometr stąd?
I'm here, Betty! It's Edward! It's me!
Edward!
N-word.
I can hear you! Hold on! I'm almost there!
Oh, Edward! Hurry!
I'm coming!
Dum 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 dum. I tu będzie trap.
Edward, is that you? I'm in here.
Wait, what? Makieta się obudzi?
Thank God. You're here. You're inside the house. Elizabeth. There you are. Finally. You have no idea how long I've been looking for you. You had me so worried. I Look. Your brooch. Mother's brooch. You must have lost it at the mine. Let me put it on for you, Betty. I wouldn't want you to lose it again.
She's been dead for 30 years, Edward. Elizabeth was never here. But we didn't come for her. We came for Johann, and Anna, and Frederick, and Simon, and Ruth. We're here to tell their stories.
No. Elizabeth.
She's here.
You know Betty died when she was a baby. She drowned in the pond. And you found her. You were just 11. You carried her to your mother. And your mother,
She hated you for that.
she could never forgive you for bringing her baby to her. And you could never forgive yourself for what she did after. You always forget this. Because you don't want to be alone. So you bring Betty back. Again and again. To New York. To Boston. To the house. But always just out of reach. Never quite there. The scent of her. The echo of her. But never really her. And all it does is make you lonelier. But the thing is, Edward, you're never alone.
You have us.
And you'll always have us. Betty's... She was never there for you. She couldn't be. You can't lose us. We're a part of you.
Forever. And ever. And ever.
But you need to let Betty go now. There's not room for all of us in there.
Dlatego miała te rzeczy z wikingów?
Save you, Elizabeth. I'm so
To
sorry.
będzie taki dzień świstaka. Paramur, Lucky Star.
It's as painful to wake from a vision as it is to be born anew.
To w końcu jak ona zmarła? Ona zmarła przez matkę, do której zaprowadziliśmy ją? Czy przez nas zmarła?
Goodbye, Betty.
To tak trochę dziwnie wytłumaczone. No to w sumie ta jakby wina była po obu stronach. My ją zabiliśmy, bo chcieliśmy dobrze, a nasza matka jej nie chciała, bo była niechcianym dzieckiem, na to wychodziło?
Are you up? Come outside. It's a beautiful day.
Dzień Świstaka!
Might be weaned off this stuff.
To już było!
Don't lose your taste for tea, old fruit. It keeps you human. We have unfinished business.
We do?
The final piece of the puzzle.
Ruth.
Come on,
A nie,
let's go back to where it's
ale powiedziała dokładnie ten sam
We
tekst.
have an appointment with a ghost.
Lissy. Nothing.
Dalej mam X na łodzi. O,
Such an amazing view, isn't it? And the air. Ugh. Boy, that sure is something.
What did you want to show me?
Come sit down.
o, nie mogę malować.
Why did we come here, Teddy?
To Grovik. Well, the letter to Frederick.
The one you found in his safe. From Boston.
I may have overheard a conversation somewhere, paid it no attention, but the name stuck. And Betty. And I spun a story around it that put us on this path.
Do you really believe that? I mean, how often are you around people?
To find my sister.
But Betty's not. She was never here. It doesn't make sense.
To czemu były jej ciuchy?
Pieces have gravity.
What are you saying? Gravewick's gravity pulled us across the Atlantic Ocean?
Grovik. No, I'm not saying that. That's irrational.
But you believe it, don't you? That we were summoned to tell their story.
I'm a man of science. I don't know what to believe.
And yet, here we are,
Here we are.
all three of us.
Is this what you wanted to show me?
I wanted to be close to her. Do you believe in ghosts, Edward?
You know I don't.
Well, you've been chasing one for years.
That's different.
What about me? Us.
You're not ghosts, you're alive.
Fair enough. So what really happened to Ruth?
I believe it was an accident.
How? What happened?
Your guess is as good as mine.
All right, she ran from the mine and came here. And then... Was she afraid? What made her run?
She could have been playing. Maybe it was slippery.
Just rotten luck? That's all it was? If only Ruth had wings. Like an angel. She could have flown straight to heaven. I hope she's at peace. And with God. Do you think that's where everyone's gone?
They're dead. I don't believe there's anything more to it than that. But there's comfort in oblivion, and we won't be alone. We'll never know what happened to everyone in Grovik.
We tried our best. We'll remember them. All of them. Maybe that will give them some peace in oblivion. Could this be your book, Edward? The one you've been wanting to write? A story about people who are isolated, left behind by the world. You can give them all a proper ending. with no annoying loose threads. Edward, is that?
A boat? But how?
Jest i łódź?
Who cares? Let's catch it before it sets out on another adventure.
Czyli dobrze widziałem.
Understand how this can be.
I keep telling you, ghosts. Ghosts took the boat, ghosts brought it back.
It must have been the wind.
Whatever helps you sleep at night, teddy bear. Let's blouse while the weather's still good.
I need my suitcase.
So get a wiggle on, old boy. I'm going to say my goodbyes to all the things. I don't think we'll be back. Meet you at the house.
My goodness. Righty ho. No rush. We have all day.
Jak jest tajemniczy dźwięk, to co to oznacza? Jak się dzieje jakiś ważny, jakby zmiana questa, to słychać dosłownie na moment taki dziwny dźwięk. Ale cholera wie, gdzie to się wyświetla. Teczka. Pewnie tutaj.
Come on, Teddy. Pack your things. I'll meet you by the boat.
Do you never sit still?
Don't be a wet blanket. Let's make like the wind and get out of here.
Serio, zabiorę sobie to. Ty! Przecież to jest logo z loading screena. A jednak. I w sumie dalej nie wiem, dlaczego my tu jesteśmy, tak szczerze mówiąc. Nie sądzę, żeby on był aż tak zaślepiony i głupi myślami na temat tej kobiety. I też nie wydaje mi się, żeby ta sprawa była aż tak ważna co do tych ludzi, Friedricha i w ogóle. Tym bardziej, że on nie wykazywał żadnej empatii w stosunku do nich. Napisy końcowe?
The water's still cold.
It's a fjord, and it's almost winter.
There'll be snow when we get back to Hanover.
The house will be warm.
Are we going to be all right, Edward?
I think so.
Jednak. To był Draugen. 3 godziny. Bardzo przyjemny walking simulator z bardzo fajną fabułą. Nawet się nią zainteresowałem. Bardzo mi się podobał voice acting. Nie mam jeszcze za bardzo czego przyczepić, szczerze mówiąc. Poza tym, że były te dziwne momenty, w których nie wiedziałem, co zrobić. I gra cię jakby nie zawsze cię zamyka i idziesz niepotrzebnie gdzieś tam. I muzyka bardzo w porządku. fajne. Mi się podoba.